What's good? It's your boy, All Rights Reserved, one of the greatest nations since. You already know I rock, you know the sayings, let's get into it. Now, everybody has criticism about what I said yesterday, but I'm only saying it once. I already told you I'm not going to address it again, and it is what it is. Make your threats. Again, the threats came as suing and different things for stuff I didn't do, but things you did and put that situation abreast. That was your decision. Moving on. Now let's put this out there. These different things didn't happen until I said something. And even as we speak, I got something going on, so I got to address it. It's very important if you guys want me to get down to the information. But I told you from the jump, there's many angles to get to the information that I want. I don't have to hit it the one way you think I'm going to hit it, and you're hating on me for hitting it. And it's funny, people didn't say stuff till I'm taking objective views, letting everybody speak. They don't want some people to speak. So I'm going to treat you the same. I don't want you to speak. And it's only select people. And shout out to Omar. I get you. You're new. I read a lot of what you said. I didn't like what you said at first, how you were putting it out, but you did reword it another way when you were speaking to someone else. And I get it. But let me talk to you, Omar, because you're doing what some of the previous people had done when I started the case. That's how I know you're new. See it this way. If you were saying something in the beginning about stuff not looking right, and everybody except a select few were saying they see what you're saying, that select few was like, oh, I see what you mean. Everybody else was like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong. Then funny stuff starts happening, and now everybody has an opinion. You didn't care in the first place because you were telling me, no, nothing's wrong. Don't, like, really? Where do their opinion come from? How do you validate that? How come your criticism is not to the fact that alleged corruption of minors has been seen and recorded, alleged corruption of evidence has been seen and recorded? You have an opinion on everything except the corruption. Does that make sense? I'm just asking you, does that make sense? If someone was teaching your child bad things, leading them on to think a certain way, would you be mad at the fact that's happening, or the person that brought it out like, yo, somebody's corrupting your kid? I think you need to look into that. You're mad at them and you're not mad at the person that's corrupting your kid? That doesn't make sense. Oh, you're not mad at the people that's just posting pictures, never cared what's happening, but you're mad at me. That doesn't make sense. You see how that's senseless. That has no ounce of sense behind it. So here's the thing. If that's how you feel, cool. But when your child's getting corrupted or something's happening, let's say that there's somebody violating them and you're in that situation, don't get in some glorious moment like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, because you don't have the understanding here. So get mad at the fact a teacher or someone tells you, listen, we caught someone doing this to your minor. Get mad at them. Don't get mad at the person doing it. Don't get mad at the people doing it. Don't get mad at the fact they're all adults and they want their kids to grow up everything fine, nothing wrong with them. Oh, that's my son, and want to be proud of someone and nothing to happen to that child. But they're going to hate on someone who's analyzing the fact this is happening to children. That doesn't, you're looking for a scapegoat for a point that is irrelevant at this time. Because if you haven't seen every episode, just like a TV show, who comes in on the end of the episode like, oh, this was dumb? Because you looked at one episode, but you weren't there during the beginning seeing the comments that were there. How people didn't believe, but then they start seeing stuff happening and they're like, wait, what's going on? Maybe you need to clarify yourself. And I'm not saying go back and watch the episode. Do as you want. Do as you feel. But don't come criticizing when you don't know. That's talking from a dumb standpoint. You don't know. You have no clue exactly what's happening. Now, I'm going to go forward. Again, my communications are with several different people. I don't need a person to come on in order for me to get information. That's what you don't understand. As I showed the T situation yesterday, I don't need to hunt for you. I don't need to do all that. I don't need to put out your governments and stuff. You guys are doing the most in talking about suing. I could sue the daylights out of you because the way you mentioned it. Matter of fact, all the things that were shady and done, you could go ahead and say, we're writing a petition. YouTube already has what you did. They already have what you did. And that's pending. I have a good relationship with YouTube. That's something you don't understand. I wouldn't have gotten to a position of being monetized if I did not work with them and get to know them. And I showed them what you did, and they know. So my thing is, you can't put out personal information, but then try and sue the person you put personal information out on just because you hid yourself behind a username. That doesn't make sense. And it's the same type of people, because there's not that many people that lowly and lame to do what you did. Put it that way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So when you do stuff like that, it's easy to figure out who's doing it, because you do it all the time. Like you have an agenda of why you're doing it. I really don't care. I don't care at this point. It's just going to be handled accordingly. Then you're trying to say, oh, you're a criminal handled by law. Okay, whatever you say. Since you have a perfect record, let's say you have a perfect record. Why can't you have a perfect record of being happy in life if you're well off? Getting to have someone to love you for the snake of a woman you actually are. I don't understand it. You women must be hideous. Like in real life, you must be. I seen one of the pictures. That's why I want y'all to leave me alone, man. Why is it always the super duper, like, what is this woman doing? Why is she talking to me? Type of women that want to get involved in doing this stuff. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, keep it moving. You're reposting my pictures. Instagram has those receipts. They called you out on it. That's why you made your site private, because you knew you're doing something you shouldn't do. Like, why are they the ones backpedaling, but trying to make it out as someone else is harassing them? No, you're reposting my picture, dummy. Why can't you put your face up? I know why you can't, but why can't you? If you really believe in what it is you're saying, someone's a lie. If I was to ever call someone out for being a liar, you'd see me saying it. I wouldn't be hiding behind someone else's picture, putting a fake name up. Y'all do the most. Y'all want to do all this stuff to try and bring something and keep it secretive publicly. And y'all don't have the backbone for social media. You're not built for it. Just keep it moving. Oh my gosh, you guys are like over 50, fretting over, not even looking into, but fretting over the fact it's a young boy. He's like 20. That means you were looking into him at an age where he wasn't even legal. So you're about near 50 looking at this boy, fantasizing about this young boy, and you got kids that are potentially older than him. Are you serious? Like, cut it out. Like, cut it out. Do you see how bad you look? No, do you really get how bad you look? Because, and you don't want to show people your age, so you put up a young person's picture. Like, really? You put up young people's pictures and hide behind them. How are you credible? What's credible about you? Then when you go to try and meet up with someone, they see you're like damn near 60. Are you serious? Like, keep it pushing. Like, you guys are disgusting. You guys are really disgusting. And that's no disrespect to older people that are in it, but when you go to the extent these people are going, you would think that they have some type of stake in it. Like, everything they're saying that I'm lying about and I am, they embody. That's the crazy part. And nobody was saying any of this when I started it. They were saying I'm wrong. Now it's not I'm wrong. It's that, oh, he's using this to do. You change up the narrative. You see my narrative has never changed. How can a person whose narrative never changed be held to some standard like yours when you can't even show yourself to give a narrative, except when you guys try and go live or try and hop in your friends and you got pictures of younger women up, not showing them your pruned body? Like, come on. This is disgusting. It's just disgusting because I don't even want them talking about. I don't want anything to do with them, but they just want everything to do over here. Want to mention us, want to keep talking about us. Like, go away. It doesn't bother me. It's just like nasty. Like, get lost. Like, get lost. You guys are already abusing it, trying to avoid being disbarred, saying, oh, we're going law. Tell those lawyers what you do. You're like the child that tells on everyone else but doesn't speak about what you do. That tries to get everyone else hemmed up, but then cover up the fact you're doing dirt. You're no different than these simp lames who can't stand on the square of what they've done in their life and try and paint a narrative that they're a victim. Just like a hoe. Just like a hoe, man. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Get yourself together. You're too old for that. Let's get into it. You know how I rock. We got more information on the way. All rights reserved.